There's only one way to start.
The defenders that have performed at VVD's level is Rio, John Terry, and Vidic. I mean, how long are we gonna act like this guy's a top striker, man?
You can't win any game of football with a spastic keeper like that. I'm sorry. Worst week ever as a Spurs fan. I'll be real.
I think the most pertinent issue that we can discuss, and I've said that I'm not.
Guy loves a big word.
That's the dumbest thing you've said on this podcast. You just said
Spurs
are in turmoil. You know you want to say it. Don't let him press you.
Welcome back to another episode of Stoppage Time TV. We're live, back in the flesh, live and direct. You already know what time it is. Before we go any further, make sure you're subscribed to all the DSPs. Make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube. Make sure you're plugged in, notifications on, and make sure you're subscribed to the personals. Without further ado, it's hold tight the 3-point collectors.
No?
I'm clapping, fam. I'm clapping for you.
Well, congratulations.
Oh.
Hold tight the 3-point collectors.
Bit louder then, please.
Shut up, man.
Hold tight, the participants. and hold tight the teams that are on 0 points. it's very
We saying game in hand.
game in hand, that was it.
Game in hand,
It'll come
boy.
in useful this summer. But there's a lot to go through, man. We've got Chelsea, Liverpool, we've got Everton restoring the feeling, we've got
They've never had a feeling to restore.
Ancelotti.
That's it.
Alright, cool. Skip that one. We've got
Find the new
we've got
feelings.
United. Yeah, find the new feelings. We've got United struggling. We've got a few things, but let's start with Chelsea, Liverpool. So 2-0 final result. Thoughts on the game? Personally, the one thing that stands out for me, I was talking to Cam before you man got here, was modern football is very interesting, right? Back in the day, for me, you see, like, if a team gets a red card, like two top teams, a team gets a red card, you still kind of think, you know what, there's a game there.
Yeah.
For some odd reason now, when someone gets a red card, that's it, the game's done.
write-off.
It's just that, for me, I don't understand it. I don't understand the mentality behind it. But
Didn't you lot win the Champions League? Didn't you lot win the Champions League 10, man?
No, they beat Barcelona.
Or was it semi-final?
Barcelona.
Barcelona, wasn't it? Yeah.
But I just feel like with this game, it's unfortunate, but there's not too much to start deep diving. Oh, it's doom. There's a few things that I have questions about. For instance, why is Giroud not starting? I think if Giroud starts, you can kind of get a bit more.
You spent bare money on Werner, mate. That's why.
No. But Werner was kind of playing on the left.
That's because he
He was.
drifts. That's because he drifts. That's his game.
No, but he started it. Havertz was in the middle. For me, I would have liked to see maybe Giroud up top, Havertz behind him. I feel that in terms of the way we played, we tried to pop football, but out of Jorginho, Kante played really well. He tried going in the box. He was doing some funny stuff, but Kante tried. He cleared out everything.
Did you see when he got to the edge of the box?
No. He received.
Pass
No.
backwards.
Let's break it down. He received the ball in the box to shoot, and then he had an option of James overlapping, and then he turned back.
Kante.
And then
The
went back.
ball went all the way back to the centre backs.
And I was like, no. You know when you watch, he's like, no.
Bro, you shouldn't even be playing there.
But he tried. I mean, he did everything
He's
else.
still
right.
running
It was just
that.
Going forward, it was a bit questionable. Havertz just got hung up to dry for me personally.
Why?
I think he in the middle he tried. There's not a lot of service going into that way we're playing. We eventually started to try stuff and then try and play in behind. It wasn't even finding him. We get a red card and it's like, okay, cool.
You see when he came in though, yeah, was there not this idea of that he was going to be like this number 10 and you lot might kind of shift your shape from the 4-3-3 to the 4-2-3-1? But in 2 games so far, he's been left last game and then up front.
Right, one game, false 9 one game. And again, you could say that maybe it's because we've not got the rest of the personnel.
Yeah.
You could say maybe it's because Lampard had a vision in his head of how we wanted to play. But that's why I said, personally, I would have liked to see maybe Giroud up top. You can kind of hang it up to him if you're under pressure and then play out to Werner or whoever you want to play out. Havertz on that sort of point has the passing ability, which he showed in glimpses. I think that could have potentially been an option. But let's talk about Christensen's red card.
But I don't get it though. With your players haven't signed for you. They haven't. Well, the players that signed, they haven't played yet. So it's
All
not
five
about
were
we're
in the-
missing players. That's your squad. So Havertz, it's not like, oh, Havertz needs this person. That's the squad.
Yeah.
No,
Like,
I'm saying
them
I
man
would
have not played. You're not missing anyone. You know
No.
what I'm saying? It's,
No,
like, it's
no,
not like
facts.
you have someone that's been playing and then now they're out of the team and it's a big hole in the team.
Put it this way, it's almost like you've got last season's squad and Havertz has
with
been
Havertz
included
on it,
in.
and
So
Werner.
essentially,
Yeah.
it should be
Better.
an improvement.
It
Yeah.
should.
But
That's what I'm
I'm
saying.
trying to
For me,
say-
I would have liked to see, again, I feel like the game, rolls out a bit differently if you've got Giroud and then Werner can go in. Because what I saw a lot of, and you guys correct me if you saw something else, was we were trying, even from the back, passages of play where we're trying to pop. We're trying to go forward, but Kante hasn't got like a killer pass per se. Jorginho plays deep and he's not playing. I didn't see him do much of that ball forward. And Kovacic is a ball carrier. So you're passing the ball, but how you expected to get to the front line, especially when you've got Werner, who as a player likes the ball in front of him. Is that's correct to say, right?
He likes to run into it, yeah.
You've got Mason Mount, and then you've got Havertz, who's trying to hold stuff. But again, for me, if you've got Giroud there, you've got a sticking point. He can set it back into whoever, he can play someone in behind. I just feel that the game plan or whatever the game plan was, we could have utilised different players.
Have you seen anything in the 2 games so far? Anything from Kai that makes you think that's a special player?
I've seen glimpses again with me when people come in and saying that he's generation and stuff. I was saying, don't do this stuff.
Why
you can't.
laughing?
But I've seen.
That's a serious question, bro.
I've seen I watched him before he came, and you watched, and that's what we were saying. This Force 9 thing, people need to relax. That was like a quarantine thing. Before that, he was playing right and in the middle. I want to see him in the middle. I believe that is his position. I think he struggled with adapting in the first game, playing right wing. He was doing dog work. This game, he tried, but I want to see him. I want to see him in the position he's come to play. I want to see him there. So, I don't want people to start casting judgment and being like, oh yeah, he's dead and one. It's 2 games
gonna happen.
in.
It's
Of course.
Last season, Pepe got it in the neck.
Yeah, to be fair.
Got it in the neck. Harry Maguire was getting it all season, so...
He's 21 years old, though. Is there no context?
What?
No, but it's I guess with him, like...
He's had no pre-season. He's 21 years old. He's played 2 games.
You're going to get it, innit?
You're going to get it regardless,
listen,
bro. No one's going to look at it and say, oh, he's 21. No, I'm not going to criticize him, bro.
I guarantee if Sancho come to the Premier League,
he'll get the same thing. Like, jokes if you fly with
you know it, fam.
When something... But that's how the commentary world of football is, no context. But the red card, for me personally, I said last week about Kepa, and I mentioned 2 examples of Bravo and Karius in terms of when you have a goalkeeper that inflicts fear into your team, unless you change the goalkeeper, things like that, it's going to be
saying he saw Kepa and just said, fuck this, I'm jumping out.
100%.
Just ran towards the ball, innit?
I don't even want that one-on-one. Let me just deal with this.
A man saw it and said, you know what, yeah. And you know, I know it's dumb how he's scared. Yeah. He hugged Mane. That's fair, you know, to hug. Man said, no. Hey, he hugged him. I said,
tell
me
you saw Fabrizio as well announcing
bro,
right after
what,
the
June
mistake.
second half. During the second half now,
Fabrizio's in it for the fame, fam.
He's a content creator.
It's funny.
He's a content creator.
What does this guy would write, Mendy is here we go. That doesn't make sense, bro. Man are just saying anything.
I'm telling you, he's a content creator. Jesse Lingard's a content creator. A bunch of them are just like creators. But sticking on Kepa, again, I think when you've not got a goalkeeper that makes you like, even before that, you know, when the ball came across and then Salah was there and he ran out.
Yeah.
When I saw that, I said, oh, okay, we might be in for a long day here. The goal as well.
Dead, he's just not good.
The goal as well.
Is it question? Yeah, is he the worst? I don't know if we've touched on this.
I think he's possibly the worst signing ever
in Prem history.
No, I don't even think.
And I'm not just talking for
worst
like
I've ever seen
V purposes. I'm talking even if you look at all the keepers in the league. I genuinely believe he's.
Kepa's not Shaka Hislop level, you know that.
Kepa's the worst signing I've ever seen in my life. I'm not even capping. He's 75 million, 70 to 75 million. And he's been the worst keeper. He's bottom in the whole Europe.
He's conceded
in save.
He's conceded 8% of Chelsea's goals in the Premier League. Like,
bro, and the thing is, because because he plays for Chelsea, it's not really that. You know what I mean? No one really talks about it that much. I swear to you, if Kepa played for Man United or Arsenal, oh my god, fam, it will be breaking the internet every single day.
And don't get me wrong, he does get it in the neck, but I genuinely believe, he could be arguably the worst.
And
worst. I can't think of anyone worse.
You know, with some players, when you play them through bad form, this isn't bad form. He's actually shown us his true self.
He's had the bad form. He's had the spat with the manager. Like every wrong thing that could go wrong for a goalkeeper
has gone
wrong.
Like
lapses, weak from set pieces,
shots outside the box.
Shots out.
Your
you
teammates,
name it. He's gone
had
through
everything
it and has learned nothing from it. Every week you just see him and it looks like something's gonna go wrong.
When the
And
BBC,
do you know what's great?
When the BBC do their like worst players in the Prem thing,
He's
going to
be number one. He's going to be
He's
number
going to
one.
be there with Altidore and all them. Like that, you know what I mean?
Hey,
But you know what? You know what's so good about this lockdown and everything? There's no fans in the stadium, right? And obviously, of course, if you've got Sky Sports, you're not streaming. You broke guys. You can have the options of where you can make when you're watching football. You have the options of
supporters struggle, boy.
You have the option of watching it without.
Bro, new guy, bro. It's changed.
Of watching it without.
You got the Trimmers
Bro,
focus. You have the option of watching it without the stadium sound, didn't it? You just have the option of watching it like back to the football. I don't hear Kepa, and when I hear him, he sounds scared. And I don't think anyone listens to him. I genuinely believe that the team don't believe in him. Lampard doesn't sound like he believes in him. But again, this Mendy guy, like I said, I'm not schooled or versed on him. From what I've seen, he scares me as well. So,
you saying excuses already coming out?
No, he scares me, bro. I told you. I said last week. No, he has that pro clubs like.
But give Liverpool some credit as well.
No, Liverpool well played. Mane is the definition of like application. Like he just does the basics really well.
That was a straightforward game for Liverpool, man. There's not even really much to say about that. I
Like,
can't even lie.
Thiago,
They're gonna beat you guys with 11
or without
11, without 10. With 10,
see when
that's
Thiago
a walk in the park.
No, but let's be real though. The first bit of the game,
Fabinho was played good.
He played well.
Fabinho was man of the match, bro.
Yeah,
but centre back as well.
First
time he played there.
For a while,
Joe Gomez might be in the mud, boy.
No, he's played centre back before.
No, I think I've seen
him
play right back.
Think about it though.
Bro, facts.
Think about it. If Fabinho plays, then Thiago just slips into the 6.
Voila.
Joe Gomez.
Nothing changes.
Man got to step into the left.
Say too much, fam.
But no, with the first bit of the game, like it's not that Chelsea were out of the game. It's just that again at home when you're looking at a team playing like, why are you playing like that at home? We went out of the game. I think the game drastically changes after that.
First half, you lot were just doing long ball to Werner and inshallah. You lot were hoping to catch Trent
we
out.
Were popping and
that was it.
Let me tell you the difference. With Liverpool could do 4 passes and end up in our box. We couldn't do that. They could find passion. Even that the goal, it's Henderson playing a percentage ball, a really good ball, and then that's it. Midfield parts goes through. That was the difference. They could execute certain things.
I don't see why Chelsea shouldn't be able to, because you've got Jorginho, who's like Jorginho, who's got like the deep line playmaker, 95% man. You've got Kovacic, who's the invincible ball dribbler who doesn't lose the ball, and then you've got the wonder kid Kai Havertz. So essentially, you lot should be able to string more passes than them without Thiago.
No.
Does that make sense? I understand when Thiago came into the game and
there was
they're
passage
kind
of play.
Popping it all around. And
again,
down to
what
10
we had
men.
is we had passage of play, but nothing going forward into the danger area.
And when Thiago's here in the Prem, you're going to see the difference between what he is and what Jorginho is. The Chelsea fans act like Jorginho is Thiago. He's not. Like, I'm hearing them struggle to build up. I'm thinking, I thought you meant to have that Sarri ball flipping king of
Thiago. The Oracle they used to call it. Oracle.
We don't lose games. Remember? We don't lose games that Jorginho starts. All that rubbish.
Fair play, you know. That's good ball there. Well, fair play. But no, Thiago, fair play. But Thiago for a debut, I mean, that's normal for him.
They came on, this gets 10 men, the media.
No, I'm saying in terms, he's
now they're gonna jump on, innit? Now they're gonna jump onto Thiago. Of course, that's all I'm gonna say.
But listen, wait, hold on. You're not really allowed to talk about Thiago after your tweet surfaced.
All people is not allowed to talk.
Tweet surfaced. After your tweet surfaced.
Hey, you see no
this
context.
is a guy that
what? No context. Culture comes.
This is a guy that called. This is a guy that called Thiago the Spanish Harry Winks.
Does anyone actually genuinely?
He will never live down that slander.
Does anyone
Spanish Harry
think that
Winks
I believe that?
Till all of a sudden now he's the best midfielder.
You said some stuff in the group chat as well. We won't be out here.
I won't say too much, but the English media now, because especially that he plays for Liverpool, and you know the media love Liverpool, they're just gonna gas him up.
I already seen what was it? Broken the record for most passes in 45 minutes.
Yeah, they're lapping it up.
Completed more passes than any Chelsea player today or some shit. No other midfielders completed more passes than Thiago did in this game. Yeah. And he was only there for 45 minutes.
Yeah, they'll lap it up. They'll lap it up. They do. But again, even if you take away the 10 men, I just feel like he done what he does. Yeah, it's not new. But when you see it, it's like, you got to respect it. But, I mean, fair play to Liverpool. Clean sheet for them as well. We moved, man. I'll be honest. I thought we could have tried at least. Even the penalty thing as well. You get a penalty. Jorginho.
Take it, man.
I had my thoughts on it last week. Mandem said I was crazy. Listen, I hear what you're saying.
Mandem want to change 100% penalty.
No, I hear what you're saying.
Werner,
but if you have for me personally,
right, let Werner take it then.
All I'll say is, for me personally,
Werner missed that as well.
He needs it. He can't buy a goal right now. Maybe he does need it. I'm joke, man, fam.
Man said,
what the hell? Man, I'm trying to give him petty penalties, bro. Work for your goals, fam.
Listen,
what the hell?
When you're playing in this Chelsea team, they can't create. So penalties, if that's all you can get.
Personally, I would have taken, but I'll say it again. I can't wait to get Ziyech in the team. I think Ziyech adds a different element and probably brings up
Pulisic as well.
Pulisic is missed, man. He's missed, but again, I'm starting to worry. Like all of these injuries, is this your true form of just being injured all the time, or is it a little patch?
Pulisic fragile.
But listen, he's got to get on the roids. The thing that what's that? Colby, whatever.
What's that?
Yeah, get on them drugs there, bro. Them UFC drugs, but
bro. Klopp can provide that, fam. If he was at Liverpool, he wouldn't be injured, fam. That's what I'm saying. Mane and Salah got
the magic remedy. Nah, Salah was injured a lot last year, man. He had a couple of injuries.
Them little niggles, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna say much, son.
Let's go on to the Lily Whites. Talk to me.
Oh, Spurs. The only 3-point collectors this season. Nah, good game. Well, second half was good anyway. I thought first half was probably more of the same of what we saw last week, but I think second half we probably saw a few little tweaks from Jose, I think. So credit to him, kind of where it shoot. I think Son, where he was kind of more on an island in the first half, kind of just told him more direct, more runs. And I think one thing that constantly gets riddled with Harry Kane is he's only a goal scorer. He maybe doesn't have bits to his game. Some say he's on a decline. I'm just saying, some man say he's on a decline and that, but today, masterclass.
Great
in
game,
assisting.
man.
First time ever in a Premier League game, 2 teammates have assisted each other and scored 4 goals. Like, first English player to assist 4 goals in a game as well.
Is it?
Like, yeah. Put some respect on Harry Kane's name. I told you last year, no slander will be tolerated no more. That was a performance, literally. And it weren't even like tippy-tappy assists as well. It was like good quality through balls. And listen, we saw Ndom start today as well.
Talk to me about
a bit hit and miss. I'm not gonna lie. He showed up in patches. I think we struggled to hold on to the ball as a whole in midfield. But that little kind of bit of magic that we saw at the end, that's what Ndom is capable of. That strength, that quality, that final ball there. That's what he can bring to our midfield and why we need to start him more regularly. The one thing I was glad was when he come off, Lo Celso carried on exactly kind of what he was doing and took it up a level. If them two can be in our midfield regularly this season, and then add on top of that my 2 new signings, La ilaha illallah.
What? Go on. Go on.
It's peak for man. I said, hey, don't worry. My Muslim brother, Aki brothers know what I said out there.
Listen.
Talk to me about. Actually, you're a madman. You're actually so mad.
Hey, that's funny still.
Obviously, Dele Alli not being included, and Jose saying we have too many players. Harry Kane being your creative outlet, very interesting for me, especially when you've got Bale coming. And of course, you mentioned your 2 new signings, but touch more on that. What does this do now? Because we've seen your videos. We've seen your videos hit the net. We've seen you say we're coming, but we want to know what we're coming means. Like what how do you
let's start setting expectations?
We're loading.
Let's start setting expectations. What does we're coming mean?
That means we've added quality.
What does it mean?
All you teams that were comfy in the top 4 last year,
so it's top 4.
We're coming for you lot.
That's
it. Yeah, top 4, 100%. Yeah, top 4.
Are you making top 4?
No, I'm saying we're competing for top 4 now. Listen, this year I'm expecting. My expectations this year is to get Champions League football one way or another, whether that be through top 4 or we win the Europa. I'm expecting 1 or 2.
Fair enough.
That's all I'm saying.
Can I give you
especially you consider the quality that now we have, that front line. If Bale can stay fit, I think that will be a major part to kind of how this season goes. If he can stay fit, I don't see no reason why one of those 2 can't happen. That is crazy
because you got a situation where you got Kane who doesn't always gets an injury. And Bale gets injured.
Yeah.
So
it's high risk.
Bro,
no risk.
No. It's possible. You could imagine they can be both out at the same time.
Last season we had Kane and Son out.
Yeah,
how did our season went completely tits up once that happened? Yeah. And I think that's the one area where I'm saying we're still lacking depth. We're still lacking centre backs. We're not the complete thing. But those 2 signings are major steps in the right direction. Like this time last week, I was like, no chance. No chance in hell we're getting top 4. Maybe Europa League run at best. But now I feel like because I'm looking at United and Arsenal as well. United haven't improved their squad much. Arsenal, as always, are always going to kind of be in transition. So they're kind of in a similar situation as us with, Gabriel and Willian only they've signed. So it's like, I think we could compete with that team for the 4th spot.
What do you think
for me, that 4th spot is up for grabs.
What do you think about the signing, though, the left back, though? In terms of like, the actual business part of it, because people are talking about the loans.
Yeah. For me, I'm not worried about it. In all honesty, I look at Real Madrid and they've got Marcelo now, who I think will be there next year, and they've got Ferland Mendy, who's the long-term replacement, if you like, and who's actually putting up performances as well. Reguilon, I mean, we brought him in 28 million, and the buyback clause is 45 million. So regardless, we stand to make a profit. And then if you're telling me for a year, 2 years, we can have a quality left back that's an upgrade on Ben Davies that we've had. Come on, bro.
No,
have you seen Ben Davies from last year?
Let me send you the script.
Bro, they ain't no Mr. Levy nothing. What do you mean?
I'm not gonna lie.
Are you telling me that's not a top left back signing?
No, for me
I
personally,
back that signing.
I back it as well.
Who would for me? I think clubs have slept on not that because of a buyback clause. I'm sorry. So you're gonna when you sign a player, you're gonna lose them at some point. If it's 2 years, 3 years, or whatever.
My thing is people didn't do the homework with it. If you look at Madrid, like historically, in terms of people that have gone on loan or people that have buyback clauses and whatnot.
Well, like Morata's the only one I can think of that they actually bought back, and that was because they could have made him for 65 million.
No, but they sold him.
I think Calvert-Lewin.
They bought him back to sell him. In terms of the loan, Calvert-Lewin bought him back. They kept him. Not many of them actually stay. Even the loaney guys and whatnot, it's kind of like.
I think with Reguilon, it's a little bit different. I think
I don't see what's wrong with it.
He actually wanted to come Tottenham. That's one thing I know. He's actually you say that. Well,
the
tweets are out there, bro.
7 years
ago. The tweets are out there 7 years ago.
Doherty wanted to play for Arsenal.
Hey, that's a fact. He did. He's an Arsenal fan. You can't deny that. But the facts are also there for Reguilon. He looked up to Bale growing up. That's why he's a left back. So a man wears the number 3, and now he signs with his idol, bro. Listen,
I think it's a good sign. I don't get it. It's just like a loan. It's just like a loan in my eyes.
No, but even if it is, even 2 years and he enjoys it, he can buyback clause doesn't mean they're still personal terms.
Exactly.
A man could say, you know what, I'm happy. I'm gonna play here. I want to be here. So like for me, what it shows is.
But people are saying stuff like, oh, it shows that Spurs are a small club. But what I was saying is,
my thing.
Wait, what I was saying is, Spurs.
Are Spurs ever in a position to compete with Madrid?
Spurs are not in Madrid's league. So I don't get why they're saying, oh, that shows Spurs are a small club. Yeah, to Real Madrid, Spurs are a small club. So
of course.
Listen, without buyback clause, if Real Madrid wanted any Spurs player,
they're going. So
where do you think Gareth Bale went?
Bro, I don't see what it is. Bro, and that's not even just Spurs. 99% of the Premier League, if Real Madrid come for your player, every player's gone. So I don't see why people are adding so much. He's
come out of their academy. Like I get it. It's like there is a possibility he could go back or whatever. But I mean, he's kind of lived that Madrid experience. If he was going to break through, they would have let him break through, type of thing. I think now at Spurs, he's got a fresh opportunity. With us, I think 2 options now at fullback, which is important for us because the last year or 2 years are going forward attacking wise. We've been shocking because of our fullbacks and lack of width they provide. You know how it is nowadays in modern day. You can't attack without your fullbacks. Doherty now and Reguilon there, that's good width. Just between that, brother.
You're excited, boy. That's good to see.
For the first time in a long time, bro. For the first time in a long time.
No, you was excited last year.
Bale is a big one, huh?
You was excited last year.
Well, only for when Jose came in for like a week and then
Bale,
fucking.
Let me touch on the Bale one quickly. For me, looking at everything that Spurs do, it's clear to see for me anyway that you guys are begging for a cup. The one thing Gareth Bale definitely brings is experience of winning. He left to become a winner.
Yeah. And
I mentioned last week that Liverpool needed to make key signings to make sure that they don't fall complacent and whatnot. They signed a Champions League winner. Yep. They've signed someone that's going to add some attacking depth to them. I feel like what I said last week's out the window now because they're definitely not finishing third. So yeah, that's that one. But in terms of you guys, you've been begging for mentality. You've been begging these key buzzwords. For me, I don't see how Bale doesn't bring that. And for me,
in abundance.
I'm not just saying he has to win you that. I'm just saying as a squad now with Jose and everything around it.
Should be a lift.
I feel that you guys definitely have to go for a cup. And I think that's fair to say. I think you definitely have to go for a cup this year.
Bro, Bale said he's coming to bring...
He said not one, 2.
He said he's bringing winners mentality.
My heart started pumping.
When I look at it, like Bale coming in is good because... Spurs, obviously everyone's talking about what Spursy and all that type of stuff. Their leaders, Kane, he's won nothing. You know what I mean? Kane's won nothing in the game at the end of the day. So
I already know where this is going. He's already starting Bale versus Kane. Oh my God, bro.
Kane's won nothing in the game, so he needs to relieve the duties of leadership.
I'm gonna hit.
Yeah, I'm trying to say. Think about it. Think about it. On everything, it needs to be Gareth Bale. Obviously, he'll stay on pens and stuff, but really and truly, even the captain, it should be Bale, fam. Yeah,
Kane ain't captain.
Lloris is. I know, but he's vice captain. He thinks
Lloris is the World Cup winner, you know.
I've seen his team talks. I wouldn't have him as a leader personally.
Lloris out of the bunch was probably the best of the team.
No. For me, you can't say a team talks good, but go fucking hell. No.
One thing is,
we ain't heard Bale's team talks.
One thing is, I've always said that Spurs need to sign someone, that can put pressure in that kind of pressure on someone like Kane, because you need someone that's bigger than him. Spurs never signed a striker because you don't want to compete with Kane. Or it was never felt like he's under that pressure. I'm not saying now Bale comes in and pressures Kane in terms of his position and nothing, but in terms of leadership and someone to lead it, Kane might need that responsibility of just being that guy just in the team. Before, when Kane was on top form and doing his thing, he's always doing his thing, but you had the Dembélés in the team. You had a bit more leaders. You had even Rose is kind of a vocal leader. Walker was there. You guys had kind of a few leaders in the squad. Now it's kind of trickling out. Vertonghen's gone. Yeah. Who else is there? Vorm, the biggest leader, the biggest leader in the team, the biggest
clown.
Vorm is coming out, but for real though. So now, but Kane is captain of England and basically captain of Spurs. Sometimes you might just need that pressure reliever.
100%.
When Rooney became Man United's leader, it didn't work out. It was
too much.
It was too much. Some people might just need that.
And do you know what the other thing is? I don't think I've ever seen Spurs with as good a front line or attack as the potential.
Where does it rank in the
Son,
Premier
Kane,
League?
I would say maybe second, maybe
behind who?
Behind Liverpool, yeah.
Second
if they're
best.
fully fit, I would say second behind Liverpool's.
Is that fully fit in terms of world class Bale, or is it like
no? You just
no. I just mean Bale fit now. If Bale fit, Kane fit, Son's fit, I'd put them second best.
To who? Liverpool.
To Liverpool, yeah.
Is that on? Yeah, I mean, opinion, innit? That's fair enough.
Football's a game of opinions, isn't it?
Hey, it is.
Listen,
it is.
Speaking of opinions, it's probably a good time to segue to United.
Let's get on to the shaitans.
Boy.
I don't even know how to introduce this because
Zaha redemption.
There's Zaha redemption. There's Black Boy Fly because of Crystal Palace. You know what? Hold to all of the managers across the world, the white managers that impact black lives, that want black people to do well.
Speak on it.
See Roy Hodgson, his whole life, his mission has been dedicated to taking black boys and elevating them. You get me? Like a man, Jeff Schlupp, the game before, completed 0 passes. He said, don't worry, we're going to United. You'll be fine. Uplifting the man then.
Got an assist. First goal.
Restoring the feeling. Telling Zaha, listen, you can go to these places. You can prove that, you're a big baller. The
Zaha's
Mitchell
been
guy,
on fire lately.
Mitchell, the fullback, I guarantee you, Hodgson picks him up for training and stuff. Like,
Is that the right back or the left back?
Wherever he plays.
Back,
like father figure. You know when Bashi said positive black man in my life, he was talking about man like Roy Hodgson and that.
Facts.
These man, Tim Westwood, all of these man there, these white people that elevating black. Pardew's another one. You said that. Pardew's another manager. Who was the other one we said to?
Southgate?
Southgate does it, but Southgate's a snake now.
Man.
We say
Southgate's a snake now.
Southgate's snitching on the man them now,
You know what I mean?
When he was under 21, he
and
was
he's protecting Maguire as well. Yeah. Fuck
Boy.
Southgate.
But listen, Cam, talk to me, man. It was there's been a lot of backlash off of this game. Speak to me about not just the game, but United at the moment. The fans have said that I should hold you accountable for this segment.
I mean, they can say what they want to say, but it's not something that I don't know. So, yeah, I mean, if it's something that I was confused about, then you can hold me accountable. But I've told Man United have no chance of doing anything this season. So, yeah, I mean, like, look at the game, fam. First 5 minutes, I was like, yep, it's going to be one of them. I'm telling you, I know Man United when we're about to mess about in the first 5 to 10 minutes. It's always, if Pogba committed 2 fouls in the first 30 seconds, I was like, looking 2 stone overweight. I was like, yeah, this brother, fam, I'm telling you now, I knew we're in deep trouble instantly. And when you look at that, fam, 100%, that guy's not fit. No, there's no way he's fit. He looks like Hazard right now. Honestly, he looks like Hazard. If you see the before and after pictures as well, people are getting onto Lukaku about the weight gain. They need to keep the same energy for Pogba because, fam, he's not looking healthy.
How about the actual game then?
Yeah, in the game, I mean, What can you even say?
In fact, before the game, that right-hand side, talk to me. What on earth was going on there? I just dropped the group. I said, what?
I don't know what's going on. I don't know what Ole is doing with decisions like that. Like putting on Fosu Mensah. I mean, I don't know what Dalo's got to do to get a game.
Wan-Bissaka's in quarantine, which, okay, fair enough. But that right-hand side...
He was on the bench.
Apparently, he was in quarantine. That was the reason for why he didn't start.
In quarantine, you know. He was on the bench.
Self-isolate, whatever they said. That was the actual thing that they said. But that right side of... Who was it? It was Lindelof, McTominay, James... And
McTominay didn't even play on the right hand side, to be fair.
No, he played DM. Do you know what it is? Yeah, listen. The team, James is a player that's never going to make it at United. Fosu Mensah is never going to make it at Man United. Yeah, the whole team. The thing is, the team for me lacks a lot of quality. Yeah, I've said it. Like, I think we need to sign 6-7 players if we're ever going to even have a dream of doing anything. People are telling me it's not FIFA. Well, all right, go on, enjoy losing to Palace at home if you want. Do you know what I mean? Like, the team, for me, are just not patterned in any way. But then it comes from your coach, fam. It comes from your manager. You reflect your manager pretty much. You know what I'm trying to say? No, for real, you reflect your manager. And I said it last season. Ole's clueless. The boys look clueless. But I'm going to get into the players because I'm not one of them ones that just... there needs to be a fair share as well. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But when I look at it, we got Maguire and Lindelof, two snails. They're not fast. They're not fast at all. They're both no athleticism between them. Yeah, I mean, I've got more athleticism. I'm playing football in 2 years. Not much. You know what I'm trying to say?
He played today.
So, listen, but when you look at it, yeah, like, and then he played a high line. Of all the teams to play a high line against, you got Palace with Townsend and Zaha and Ayew.
No, you small schlop. It's not Ayew. Ayew's got that
schlop as well. Pace. So that's the team. That's the team, bro. That's the highest time. That's the highest line. That's the highest line, yeah, I've seen. Like, honestly, that's the highest line I've seen United play in ages. It was 2v2, like, half the game. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And it's like, that comes from your manager. Do you know what I'm trying to say? That comes from your manager. But when I look at everything around Man United, you look at Woodward, you look at Ole. United walked into that game looking like a team. I've said it, that it looked like a team that I've been reading Twitter. Looked like a team that it's negativity around the camp. Do you know what I'm trying to say? We walked in there, it looked like we weren't ready to play. And Ole is coming with the excuse of Palace had 4 warm-up games or whatever. I don't care.
He said he spoke to Roy Hodgson.
I don't care, bro. I don't care. So that's why you turn up like that.
So
there's no excuse to play like that.
Yeah.
There's no excuse.
You touched on the defenders there as well, but I mean, like, even going forward.
I was about to get on that as well.
Bruno and Pogba, for me, like, ability-wise, they're arguably some of the best players in the Premier League. Then you've got the front line of Martial, Rashford as well, who, in all honesty, I think since Corona restart,
he's been off.
Has been off the pace. And
it's not even about the kids.
No, I'm not saying it's about the kids, but I'm saying in general.
I was about to say that.
Like that. We've used he might be carrying on. How long is he carrying on?
Listen, what my thing is with Rashford is, listen, if you're fit, then you play. If you're not fit, then don't play. Because at the moment, you're not doing nothing to even help the team. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're not fit, but you're playing and you're contributing and you're dragging us along, then okay, I respect the mentality that you want to play if you ever knock. But at this point, you're playing so many consecutive games that I can't say you're not fit.
Yeah.
You are fit.
Facts.
You're just playing bad.
Yeah.
That's how I see it. You're not playing
100%,
well. That is how I see it. And it's been a while. I was one of the people that are saying, definitely he's carrying something. Obviously, then he didn't go out to England and stuff. But if you're making yourself available, so this comes down to the physio team, Ole, I don't know who, you're out there playing, you have to perform.
Bro,
I can't be saying.
Like, I remember even like after lockdown,
fit.
you were even bigging him up and saying, "Yo, he's adding layers to his game. There's this passing."
But I think he's trying to.
Now I don't know. Nothing seems to be working. The passing ain't working. The dribbling ain't working. The pace is off. The finishing is off. So I'm like, I don't know what's going through. It's almost like a cycle. Yeah.
I said it, like, the only player post lockdown as well that I was like is
Martial.
Can leave his head high is Martial. Pogba, that performance. Oh, Jesus Christ, fam. I looked at that performance. That probably is worst performance in Man United shirt.
Bro.
When Ole has to take off Pogba, and that's his darling, Ole hooked Pogba, you know you're having a stinker.
Bro.
This guy was passing the ball to the opposition. He was getting bossed by McArthur. He was stepping on
McCarthy.
McCarthy's heels.
I'm McCarthy.
Yeah,
McArthur and McCarthy.
Fisting him
yeah,
up.
bro, he was standing on people's heels.
That man was fisting him up.
What was it? Last week, I said that midfield. Okay, it was McTominay in there instead of Matic this time. But that midfield, they're good names. Pogba's a good name. Bruno's a good name. As a cohesion, they ain't got shit together. It's like they don't know each other.
On the Bruno point,
honestly.
though, like...
And that, but the thing is, this comes from your system. If you've got no system, yeah, you've got no system. You look at Man United. VDB jumps off the bench, yeah, and first thing he came on and he was like, "Yo," he said, "That's not good enough. Like that was poor." Like, he's probably thinking, I've come from a team that's purely based on system. No matter who you are, you can take De Jong, you can take De Ligt, no matter who the next guy comes in, you know what Ajax's system is.
Yeah.
Man United don't have that.
Yeah.
It's literally individuals. And eventually, if your individuals play poor, like they did yesterday, then you're going to get something like that. Whereas if you're a team with a system, we can talk all we like about Henderson's and all this type of stuff, but Henderson come out, Milner will come in, do the same job. United, it's like...
What you're highlighting...
Bro, it's crazy. It's crazy.
What you're highlighting is kind of what made you guys really great, and a lot of people got carried away, but a lot of people saying, let's hold on here. That good spell of form came because... your good players were playing
individual
football.
Brilliance.
It was
a lot of
individual brilliance.
Yeah,
exactly.
it was a lot of that. And again, even if we look at Bruno, we mentioned it here that if you were kind of like paying attention to what this guy was like, you have to take everything with a pinch of salt, because he's gonna have these performances, but he's gonna do stuff that annoys you. And when he's not contributing in terms of the goals, it even looks worse. It looks worse. And then now, when you have games like this, you start going, hold on, okay, what was going on here? For me, I think...
He's dropped stinkers and gets away with it by
penalties.
taking pens.
Yeah.
He drops stinkers on stinkers and gets a pen. I said it, Man United are not getting 22 penalties this season.
Yeah,
even conceded one in the other end. This is how Bruno has been performing for like the last 10 games. It's just that he was getting penalties and cheap little assists to get away with it. This is what people need to wake up to.
Sorry, bro. The point I wanted to make was, if you look at United and take it away from just the performance and you look at the whole of United, you look at what you've talked about for a long time. Sancho is not the only target that we can sign or the only person that can win this. And Sancho doesn't fix this whole thing. We need more players. Okay, cool. You look at what United are trying to do, which is we're trying to sign young players, but Agalo comes on loan to January and you can't sign any young player. You don't want to spend money on young players, but all the good young players cost money. You've got Ole, who essentially is not going to say a bad word about how everything's done. And then you've got Woodward that, for me, doesn't really understand football. So as a club, where do you go from it? For me,
it's over.
I've said it. I've been thinking about it, and I've said, you know what? The only way this changes, realistically, is if Ferguson comes out and says this is diabolical. I don't see apart from that.
What can Fergie do? Fergie's just self-isolate himself, bro. Please, to stay alive, man.
Bro, in all honesty, how do you change?
I'm seeing him. He's looking like he's about.
How do you change that vicious cycle? Because think about it. The person that's in charge of making decisions can't make the right decisions. The manager, people are saying is inept. The strategy of what you want to do, you can't fill out because you don't want to spend money. You don't want to get caught. You can't do anything. So how, as a club, what does the future leave?
I'm telling you, you have to blow it up. First and foremost, Woody needs to stop being involved in anything got to do with football.
But we've said that's been said for 5 years.
Of course, but that's all I can recommend. That's all I can say. What did he want me to say? That's all I can say.
My thing.
First and foremost, means.
No, but you get me. Like,
I get it. Like
same cycle for 5 years, fam. Change the record.
What should I do, man? You know what I mean?
I've got nothing left.
First and foremost, Woody needs to be relinquished of
all technical duties.
Yeah. All football duties. He came out, he had his little presser. He said a bunch of nothing. We're trying nothing. He doesn't know what he's doing. He needs to come off. He needs
like economics. And
exactly. He needs to come off football duties.
He should stick to sponsorships.
And the thing is, Man United know this because we've been in hunts for DOFs before, and then all of a sudden it disappears. We don't want a DOF all of a sudden.
Kinda
so
like
you know there's an issue. Then I'm sorry. I'm gonna go through Man United's staff. Yeah, Ole. He doesn't have a clue. Bro, please get out of my club, please. Carrick. He's here for work experience. Yeah. Mike Phelan. What is he? He's just Fergie's boy. He was at Melbourne. He was at Melbourne. He's just there in his silly shorts. Do you know what I mean? He's got nothing. Why is he? He's not doing nothing there. Yeah. And who's the other guy? There's one more. McKenna. He came from our youth team. them man are the guys that are in charge of
brain trust.
arguably the biggest club in the country. They don't have a clue. So until you get rid of that, nothing on the pitch. It's hierarchy.
I think
everything comes from the top. That's how it is. You don't get teams that are so amazing on the pitch, but up there is
if results
disaster.
stay like
you don't
this,
get that.
Yeah, I think if results stay like this, I think probably early December you're looking at. I think Oli will be gone. And here's the thing. I know you're saying, because he breads Woodward, because he doesn't speak bad about the club, they're gonna keep him in. But bro, there's only so many bad performances you can put in. And the thing is as well, when the Champions League kicks, when the Champions League starts again, that's when it will be highlighted even more so. Because I'm sorry, any failure in the Champions League, if you don't get dumped out of group stage or something like that, you think he's surviving?
Fam, the thing is,
he ain't surviving.
That's the thing. That's what I don't like.
The only thing you've got
that's
to pray
reactive.
from now
it should be
till
proactive.
From now till then, you've just got to pray nobody takes Poch. That's all I'm saying. That's the only man that can save United.
I'll say this.
Listen,
only man who can save United.
Listen,
he didn't have the resources at Spurs.
I'll say this, but again, we're saying resources, but we're going to keep going around in circles. And again, I wasn't putting it on you. Like, you were saying
he was
that,
working on a tight budget.
At the same time, you always go back to you won't get the signings you want because Woodward is saying this and that. Okay, for the whole summer, it's been Sancho. If you put Sancho in this team, it doesn't change what's going on. And the thing is, for me, United fans buy a lot of it. I'll say this now. United fans say one thing and say another thing, but I think they buy a lot of what's going on because if you look at Manchester United as a footballing institution, this is gross negligence. This shouldn't be happening to Manchester United. Manchester United should not be falling that far behind their city rivals. Do you get me? This didn't happen overnight. So, like you said, you can't just change the manager. That might help some stuff, but that's what happened with Oli got nice form, and we forgot about all the problems. Then Woodward again. So
Pochettino would bring a culture, a philosophy, a mentality change that I don't think Oli can begin to scratch the surface.
Look at Klopp's impact at Liverpool. Klopp, we all know FSG are not the greatest. Yeah, they're not the greatest. But with who Klopp targets, what Klopp wants, he has a system. He targets the right profiles. He'll get players that can fit into that. And if they're average players like Wijnaldum or Henderson or whatever, they will still perform better. Why? Because he can coach and he can coach into a system.
100%.
But Man United, I said it many, many times, the only way Man United are going to succeed under Ole is if we get 11 world-class players that could carry him. And we're not going to ever get that. So we're doomed. I'm telling man now, this season is a write-off already. And nothing is changing this season.
Game of the season.
Nothing is changing this season. I'm telling you now.
Do you know why your point is so mad as well? Because you're mentioning Klopp here. I don't even think Man United have 4 years to wait for it to come to plan. I don't think you have that time. I'll be honest.
Right, they better get used to it then. They have to. That's
I don't think they have 4 years.
What are they going to do? Liquidate? That's their own doing. They have to.
What's the team at Salford? Go and support them.
No, they have to. But it's not about wait 4 years. It's about progress. I can already see, that little bit of run that Ole went on of post-lockdown and we got top 4, that's about to go negative. Again, that's about to go back again.
A cycle
But why is that? Because
second half of the season, spike.
Because that's what happens when you get carried by your players, fam. That's what happens. But look at Chelsea, back in the day. Chelsea were never going to keep Avram Grant. Are you mad? Chelsea weren't going to keep him.
Di Matteo's an example.
The players carried them.
They would have got rid of him.
Exactly. The players carried him, and it's like, yo, you need to get out of here now. Do you know what I mean? And let us continue our success. United, flipping hell, man. We're going to keep Ole forever, innit?
Why did Chelsea never buy into Avram Grant, even though he got them all the way to a final?
You think John Terry, Lampard, and listening to Avram?
Can they talk? Let's break it down, right? I know it's hard as a Spurs. It's hard as a Spurs fan to understand it, but if you've got certain players in the change room, but honestly, if you've got certain players in the change room who are like serial winners and whatnot, and then this guy that comes looking like a geography teacher is telling you, why don't you pass like this? You're gonna look at him and be like, hold on. If it weren't
for John Terry, he would have a medal.
True.
Yeah, all of a sudden it's Avram's fault.
I'm not saying it's
but the racist gets held in high regard.
No, why don't everyone forget Anelka?
Oh, Anelka missed as well. The documentary reminded me,
but why doesn't anybody talk about Drogba slapping Vidic and he should have
get red carded?
That's the guy that flopped the penalty, the final. Listen, the shrine needs to get taken down. Listen,
this guy.
08, bro. Where were you in 08?
We need to get a Vardy shirt up there.
We say he surpassed him, yeah.
You see, he always
but shout out Zaha though. Shout out Zaha.
Absolutely for Massa, bro.
Shout out Zaha. He absolutely.
Always dancing for Massa.
He absolutely terrorized.
So why you always dancing for Massa?
What for Vardy?
Don't worry, it's a private joke.
But yeah, shout out. This guy. Shout out Zaha, man, because he terrorized United from minute 1 to the end, bro. And do you know
he's
what?
my champ of the week.
I can't even bother to even talk too much about Man United because if I go through every single individual player, it'll be people here tomorrow. But Zaha, amazing performance, and whatever Everest said in the media and that, but he didn't see that, so he was pumped regardless.
He's a scum.
But people are saying like redemption. Do people know Zaha left in 2013? It's 2020.
Nah, you lot didn't give him the chance.
I'm baffled.
You lot didn't give him the chance.
It's a long time ago.
Never let him breathe.
Let's quickly touch on a few things that happened else in the league. Everton's performance, James Rodriguez doing what he does. Again, I think like with Thiago, good players doing what good players do, and then people are gonna milk
everyone
it.
said he's finished. You see, everyone that don't know shit, everyone that don't know shit was saying that he's finished. I said James's numbers were not that bad at these teams. He just struggled to find a manager that could give him that responsibility. That you're our best player. You don't get that. You don't get that honor at Bayern. You don't get that at Real Madrid. Zidane had something against him, just like I did against Bale, and he did early on with Isco as well. Do you know what I mean?
It's so mad, how a player can change from when he's in an environment where, when you're not wanted, not appreciated, bro. But facts. When a player feels comfortable, now he's got Ancelotti. He knows he's the star of that team.
Who he won midfielder of the year under.
100%. So for me, there's no way but up for James. Now, guaranteed he probably won't keep this kind of trajectory the whole season. He's South American, the dip is bound to come, but the quality is undeniable. That's the most important thing I think we need to learn from James joining Bale as well.
I said it, yeah. You see James bringing back the beautiful game. You see when you watch James, that's
you're saying it's not football,
bro. That's what I'm saying. He's football,
not football,
not football. Yeah, I'm trying to say not football. When you watch him, that's a proper player. That's a proper player. Everyone starts beating to the same drum
about his performance.
Like that.
Because we were saying that we hope it doesn't turn into hero ball, but when hero ball looks like that, listen, it is what it is. But also funny about his performances, all of that stuff, with like the key pass and everything. Apparently, when the thing came through, he made no sprints in the game.
Oh yeah,
that's what you call.
That's a style.
That's what you call football.
Technique.
Yeah,
just what he has.
Football.
I need ball to feet. Give me that. The rest of you man do. Like Richarlison, he's doing all the dog work. You've got Calvert-Lewin doing all the dog work. Let me set you man up. Like all of a sudden, Calvert-Lewin's getting one-touch finishes. It's like. You're getting it put on a plate for you,
we have to put some respect on DCL as well. 100%.
No, you need to put some respect on him. You called him the defensive midfielder from Northampton for about 2 seasons. He was running this year.
He was. Is that not facts?
Now we need to repent it.
Is that not facts? I've said before that he's improved, but is that not facts that he was a holding mid?
So what's improved?
He confined the goal, but he was a holding mid. There's no lie there.
Before this season, what was it? Never scored more than before last season. Never scored more than 8 or something like that.
Yeah, when you look at him, if there was an award for most improved player, it'll got to go to him. And you know what? Fair enough. I slandered him as well. I wasn't a fan of him at all because them players that thought you're not going to score goals, you're not going to do anything. And now that he's got goals to his game, the guy is an absolute handful.
Hey.
DCL is actually a handful. And listen, if you're looking, England have always tried to have that type of striker, the Heskey, the Carroll, blah, 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 blah.
It's a different option.
If you're going to have someone like that, the plan B, they even tried Kevin Davies one time. Yeah. If you're going to have...
Pause. Bro, his international match is one of the best things I've ever seen.
Bro, I saw Ricky Lambert. He
came on and started fisting man up. He came on and started punching man came on up front 30 minutes, got yellow card.
With him, he's everything that now that you need in a number 9 that's going to be playing up front by his own. If we're talking about Werners and all this stuff, or how can he play? He needs this person, he needs that. Calvert-Lewin will work your whole back four by himself, and. For me, the way I see him, he's
what he does.
You put the ball over there, he's gonna let you know that he's there.
Put
the ball over the top, he's gonna chase it to the very last second. He's a handful.
What I'll say with him is, with the team that Ancelotti has assembled now, we're gonna see improvement in him because all you have to do is work the back line, finish any chance you get that comes in, because you're gonna get service.
Literally.
Richarlison, his shooting in the first 2 games has been shaky.
He should have like
he should have
7 goals.
Bare goals, but at the same time, work with your partner. Don't worry about coming back and anything. Like, do the work rate, but James is gonna be the ball player. You look, don't worry about the intricate football. Just worry about occupying those spaces. And I think so far it's doing well. I have to shout at Alan as well. I think
he's going to be playing.
Another standard.
He's going to be playing.
One other thing on Calvert-Lewin.
Yeah, he maybe not start, but he better than Tammy Abraham.
He should be.
He should be playing. 100%. If I'm having him, that's how Chelsea fans wanted Tammy to use his body. Look at what they've been asking to use your body. You know what I mean? Show that other side of the game, and look how far it's gone. Look how far it's gone for Calvert-Lewin.
100%. It's season on season of how he's improved.
There's been improvement.
I think that there's been improvement the last 3 seasons, and I think now he's taken advantage of having better players around him.
100%.
And that is only going to get better for me. I think, as you said, at the end of this season, if he's hitting 15, that's a massive season. I think, in my opinion, take him to the Euros. There is no harm in having that other option.
Ings,
Kane, him, Greenwood.
And Greenwood would probably be maybe right option. You know,
he can be your flary wing option or whatever.
I'm telling you, like, look, football moves quickly. At the end of the day, Tammy's on the bench. He's struggling to get games. You know what I'm saying? Last season, maybe for me, last season I wouldn't have taken Tammy myself personally anyway. Yeah. Let alone now this season when you got Calvert-Lewin, who was now following on from what he was doing last season.
There's progression.
Bro, he's got to be in the England.
And you've got a manager that does this whole. No, that's what I'm saying. But when you've got a manager that does this whole, I'm taking the best players. I'm sorry, Southgate. Let's keep the same energy. If you're taking the best players, you've got to be taking DCL. You've got to be taking Grealish because them guys were performing. But again, Ancelotti, what he's for me, that's piece. He said, you know what, I can see what I can develop around you. Because normally you look at someone like Ancelotti and be like, I'm going to buy a centre forward.
Facts. That's what I look at that team. I thought last year he was going to come in and say, Moise Kean, you're the big signing. You're kind of the Italian I can relate to. I'm going to try and some way, somehow force you into the team.
Oh, Lord.
Moise Kean now is still rotting on the bench. And Calvert-Lewin's taking the number 9 shirt and he's 4 goals in 2 games.
So what is that, though? What's that? Coaching? Is that coaching? Systems and coaching by Ancelotti, right? See how important it is. See how important it is.
Talking about coaching and systems.
Man, them talk about all these other managers, but then when it comes to Man United, they start saying all these other stuff instead of because they want to, for some reason, fans want to protect Ole for some strange reason. I've never. Weird.
99, baby. 99, baby.
Talking about other managers.
Never forget your history, your heritage.
Remember when I said
never forget your heritage.
He's not a football legend. He's
just
a sub.
Listen. You know we have to be careful. You said that, but you backed off your top like a foot.
He's a sub. That's time ago.
No, but everything is time ago.
That was our biggest night. That's our biggest night. That's Man United's biggest night since the whole time. This is the whole time Fergie's been gone.
No, but I'm
that's
just
how real it is.
No, I heard that, but
that's how real it is. You know what I mean? That comeback
might have fallen.
Say nothing.
But other managers that are coaching, Leeds Fulham.
What are we going to talk about right now? We're going to talk about manager, right? We're going to talk about system, right?
Don't.
With Leeds, what are we going to do right now? We're going to talk about Bielsa. We're going to talk about his system. We're going to talk about how his coaching.
Because that game was a shit show, in my opinion.
Okay, for you,
that was 2 absolute shit defenses. Leeds didn't score through no Bielsa ball goals. It was a corner, a penalty, Bamford. And what the Bamford. Okay, the Bamford goal I'll give him, but throughout the game there wasn't much. I would say
he's
crazy.
very offensive.
I'm not discrediting Bielsa in any way. I'm saying it's fantastic.
You just said
it's not. I'm saying that defense is gonna let him down. And no matter what, like I said last week, the reason why I compared them to Norwich, it was not to say they're guaranteed relegations, is they've got a couple of gems. They're going to be the team that have come up trying to play good football, but they've got a second division goalkeeper.
But you're forgetting.
Who in 2 games is letting 7 goals.
Wait, who's their goalkeeper?
Mezelier.
Where's Kiko Casilla?
Being a racist on the bench.
Oh, shit.
Exactly.
He'll be back. He'll be back being racist again. You know what I mean? But he'll be back. Yeah, he's a decent keeper, though. No, but the one thing is different, though.
Back line, and I don't trust it. And I think they've got a couple of gems. Calvin Phillips, is it? Rodrigo, I wasn't really impressed with yesterday as well. But I think, listen, Spurs, you need to watch out. That's one,
bro. But you look at them though. Now on the road, look at the difference between Norwich and Leeds. Yeah, is Leeds actually have ownership that actually want to become a big club. Okay. Leeds want to be a Champions League team ASAP. It's not no dilly dally. They are really trying to go for it.
Everybody is getting lost in. But from what I'm hearing, is everybody's saying like they're almost going to be the new Wolves. They're almost going to be top half this year. And I'm like, I don't think they'll be that good. I think they might survive relegation, but I don't think it'll be as easy as everyone thinks. Pure and simply because of Bielsa as well. Like when you say goal scorers as well, you're like, Bamford, I don't think is that greater than Pukki. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Rodrigo is not prolific. So when I said I don't know where their goals are going to come from, they might score 3-4 here and there, but I don't think consistently. This is a long season as well. They'll be involved in cup games.
The thing about Leeds is they're gonna have high scoring games. That's what Leeds do. They're gonna have high scoring games. But with Leeds, one thing that I'll say that I can agree with is that the last 2 years, when Leeds have been in good positions, they've started bottling it. So that is maybe something with management. I don't really know. But because obviously you work hard in that system as well, very, very hard.
They press the ball.
But when you look at it, why am I looking at Leeds? You just said second division players and stuff. Why am I looking at them play better football than some of the top sides? It's to come from your coach. It comes from your manager. They're playing better football. They're pressing harder. They're
playing better football than us.
Fam, this is what I mean, and it comes from your manager and the system, and he has done that everywhere. It's the blue Pep.
Yeah.
Pep and all these people are praising him as an inspiration.
What else has Bielsa won?
Yeah, that's true.
He hasn't achieved. His only trophy was in 1992. What Argentinian?
It's kind of like Poch, though, innit?
Listen, Poch, how many years has he been in the game?
Nah, but he's your hero, innit?
Certain men have spent my lifetime. Certain men have spent my lifetime in the game and won nothing. But we're here praising their tiki-taka.
I'm just saying. I'm a big man. He ain't been at the highest club.
Bielsa is the epitome of we love the football but doesn't achieve nothing. It's almost like what Wenger got criticised years for. So
but
I don't want people to go overboard with Bielsa.
But ain't it like
do this every once in a while? There's a manager that comes in.
What are Leeds supposed to achieve? What are they supposed to achieve right now?
Survival.
But this is what I'm saying.
When I hear Europa talk and they're going to be the new Wolves,
no.
Let's
but
cool
again,
that
stuff. When the key thing about that stuff,
people see Rodrigo getting signed for 30 million and got gassed.
That is progressive stuff. Wolves didn't just do that, and even so, Wolves are not playing Europe this year.
Wolves are. They're in Europa League.
They're not.
Are they not in Europa League?
They're not. No. They missed out. So again,
they only missed out because Arsenal won.
Yeah, of course. But
these guys are making out like he done that. Wolves failed.
At the end of the day,
Wolves back-to-back seasons.
Are they playing Europa League this year? Yes or no?
Yeah, but
they're not.
It's a technicality what they got dumped out on.
They're not playing it this year. So what I'm saying is that again,
first year they were in the Europa League. How far did they get?
They did sixth. Second season, when they were playing in the league, they dropped off and they came back again.
Wolves, when they were coming up, I could name you like never be there when they came up. They was playing like Patricio, Otto. There was players I knew.
Ownership,
I was like, hold on, wasn't Patricio starting for Portugal?
Yeah,
I was like,
they're George Mendes FC.
I look at Leeds and I'm like,
that's why it's a different thing. That's a
Tyrone Roberts.
You have access to players that you shouldn't have to for very good prices. We've known that. So again, for me, it's a different model. Leeds can't go and be like, you know what? Can you get me that? Can you get me the brick for low? They can't do that.
I'm hearing they want Dan James. Listen, I'll drive him to the airport if they need. I'll drive him to Leeds.
Did he have the shirt one time? He was
supposed to sign for them.
He was going to sign and it broke
for
down
cheaper
last
as well.
Yeah, it was crazy.
I
wish that went through. If I can go back in time,
listen,
fast forward that one.
Leeds to United.
Wow. Man, am I saying that whole him going to uni thing is hilarious. People saying that he should go to uni. That's fearless. But listen,
you know that video?
You are so dumb. Champs of the week and dud of the week. My champ is Zaha. My dud champ. My dud has to be Evra. It has to be my dud. Has to. My criminal of the week has to be Evra. Because to comment to national TV, and it's not even that you're out in the mandem. It's like what the subject matter. Didn't even need it.
Man was doing hella speculation.
No.
Sky Sports.
The way he broke it down was, he was in a good spirit, and then he started seeing his daughter. Next, boof, he wasn't in the squad. No, okay. What did he say? Tell us the verbatim.
No, I
don't know if it's true. He said rumors. If it's true or not. A lot of people are ignoring the fact that he said or not. Yeah. He said, I don't know if it's true.
But why not just say it's not true, bro? There was no need to even mention it.
Yeah, it had
nothing to do with the game.
Hey, he's doing what I would do if I got that opportunity up there. Now we need some real ones.
Slate the man.
I'll do the same. I'll be like, I don't know if it was true, but that's what happened. You get me? He's not sugarcoating.
Ever gets criminal of the week just because it was just for the comedic value. It was just bare funny. But for me, Zaha, that performance. I might say Laptey as well.
Criminal of the week, I'd agree. Evra,
who's your
champ? The boy Kane.
Kane over Son.
Brother.
Give it 4 goals.
4 assists.
But 4 goals.
And a goal.
Oh, yeah, I forgot the goal. I keep forgetting that you scored.
You created all his goals and then you added one yourself.
Yeah. Nah, for me...
Respect on Kane's name this week, please.
Champ of the week, I'm going to give it to James. Coming to the Premier League, making the so-called strongest league. The Finnish players coming and ruining it. early doors, but we'll see how long it goes. But I'll give it to him, uplifting Everton. And then the criminal of the week is obviously Manchester United. What the hell?
Lindelof.
It's obviously Man United. Lindelof having the man, Maguire doing whatever he's doing, Pogba cutting hooked. Of course, it's anyone that's related to Manchester United Football Club is
including yourself.
Of the week. Nah, I'm not related to that club. I told you, I'm a fan of football. I'm not. I represent myself.
I represent my fucking
I'm
self.
a fan of football. I'm not a supporter of any football club. I've said that already. So. What the hell? You know what I mean? So. Right. Yeah, man, that's mine. And
on that note, that's another episode of Stoppage Time. Make sure you're subscribed to all the DSPs. Make sure you're following us individually. Stoppage Time TV. Make sure you're following 360 TV. Make sure you're following the YouTube as well. Listen, we're here. High energy. What do you think about City playing
tonight?
You
said high energy, but you said that with the lowest energy.
Listen,
man said high energy, but he was like,
listen, I'm tired. Last night, actually, what do you think about City are playing tomorrow?
Yeah.
What are the expectations for City this season?
Well, they have to try and win the league, innit? Simple.
Listen, ain't no one catching up Liverpool. Now they got Thiago and Jota.
It's taking a piss.
Ferran Torres.
Listen.
Nah, they have to because KDB is the best player in the league, so he has to go and win the league in the Premier. KDB, right? Right? Hey, all of a sudden, no expectations. I'm not gonna say
player of the season.
All right,
KDB.
All right, calm.
We're out.
You said it. You've said it twice now, innit? That's what I want to say.